Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Sarah 24/7. My name is Amanjot, and I am here with all of you to discuss the another session on the Indian economy and Indian financial system. As we know, the basic introduction of economics we have completed, in which we have discussed what is economy, what is economics, what are the different categories of economics, that is microeconomics, macroeconomics. Then we have discussed different types of economic systems, that is capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed. After that, we have discussed the types of economy on the basis of interaction with the world, that we have discussed the open economy and closed economy. And in today's session, we are going to talk about the particular topic, that is LPG. Now, what is LPG? Why this particular policy has been introduced? Everything we will be covering today. So before starting the session, a very good morning to all of you. And those candidates who have joined the session, do let me know in the chat section. Is audio, video both are okay? Are we good to go? Let me know in the chat section. So let's start. Before starting the session, if you have not downloaded the 24/7 application yet, then do download the application, because here you will find all the content which is required for your exam. Apart from that, the information about the batches and all, and you will get 1% additional discount by enrolling from the help of the application. Now, if you have not subscribed the channel, Officers are at 24/7, then do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification be given to you. Right? Now, let's start. And before starting the session, today's topic is about LPG policy. What is LPG policy? What does LP and G stands for? This is the part of your Indian economy and Indian financial system, module A, that we are going to discuss today. Okay. Now, let's start the session. Before starting the session, this is the offer which is going on right now. In this particular offer, you can see double validity with the 81% off is going on all the Maha packs of the JAIIB and CAIIB. So 81% off and double validity, you can enroll by using the code Y496. You will be getting these two benefits of 81% off and the double validity. But let's go to the particular topic for which we are here. We will be discussing about this offer and the new target batch for your JAIIB preparation in the end of the session. Let's come to the topic, that is our Indian economy, Indian financial system, LPG. Now, what does LPG stands for? It stands for your liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Like, let's see. So first of all, the branches of new economic policy is liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now, the LPG policy is known as the economic reform of our country. It is a part of economic reform of our country. What LPG is actually means, we are going to discuss that today. But this is a new economic policy of our country. After 1991 till now, we have not introduced any other economic policy. So right now we are following this policy only in the country, that is the new economic policy, or you can say LPG policy, or free market economy, you can call it. So you can see LPG stands for liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now, what was the need of doing that? What actually this policy means? So the main objective was to put the Indian economy into the arena of globalization and to give it a new thrust on market orientation. So why we have done the liberalization, privatization, globalization? The main motto, or I can say the main arena of this particular policy, or this particular new economic policy, or the economic reform, was that we wanted to make a kind of arena of globalization and to make or to give a new thrust on market orientation. Now, when we have talk about globalization, it means simply opening up the economy, that we have done, and that has given us the new thrust to the market orientation, and that's what the globalization means. Now, the policy was intended to move towards the higher economic growth rate and to build sufficient foreign exchange rate reserves. So if I talk about the policy intended to move towards a higher economic growth rate, like it is going to help us to get the higher growth rate of the country, and also it will be helping us to build the sufficient foreign exchange reserve. Now, let's understand what actually this economic growth means, what actually this Forex reserve means. So first of all, when I talk about the economic growth, what does it mean? We know that in our country, we do the production of goods and services. Okay, we are doing production of goods and services. When this production increases, the GDP increase. Now, what is GDP? GDP is gross domestic product. Now, what is gross domestic product? The production which has been done within the geographical boundary of a country during a financial year. So, within the geographical boundary of a country, whatever goods and services has been produced, that will be come under the GDP. So the money value of these goods and services is known as GDP. So GDP is simply the final money value of all final goods and services produced within the geographical boundary of a country during a financial year is known as your GDP. It means domestic product. Whenever you are studying domestic product, it talks about the geographical boundary. Whatever production has been done within the geographical boundary, that will be known as your GDP. That will be known as gross domestic product. So whenever the production within the country of goods and services increases, automatically GDP increases. And when the GDP increases, it measures the economic growth of a country. So what is economic growth? Economic growth simply means increase in economic output. Increase in economic output of country. So when the economic output of a country increases, that is known as your economic growth. Or in simple language, you can say when the maximum goods and services or increase in the production of goods and services has been seen, that is known as economic growth. So economic growth is nothing, just an increase in the production, increase in the goods and services production, or increase in the economic output, or you can call it a national output also. You can call it a national output. So when there is an increase in national output, when there is an increase in economic output, that is known as your economic growth. That will be known as your economic growth. Clear? Okay. So let me know economic growth is clear to everyone. So when production increases, GDP increases. When GDP increases, economic growth increases. Okay. Now, if I talk about the Forex reserve, let me tell you what is Forex reserve. So Forex reserve is nothing, just a foreign exchange reserve. Forex reserve is nothing, just a foreign exchange reserve. When the foreign currency will be maintained by Reserve Bank of India, that is known as foreign exchange reserve. So when you start globalizing your economy, when you started import of from your country to your country, then you started earning or you started paying the foreign currencies. Because if you want to trade with other countries, you have to trade in the foreign currency. Dollar, euro, yen, pound, peso, rand, minbi, whatever the currency it is. You have to use that currency when you are going abroad or when you are trading foreign, when you are doing foreign trade. And that's why the Forex reserve has been came in the country, or has been came in the picture, that whenever you are trading, whenever your economy is becoming globalized, you have started earning foreign exchange reserves. That is the second paragraph is saying. You can see here it is saying that the policy was intended to move towards a higher economic growth rate and to build a sufficient foreign exchange reserve. Now, how it will making higher economic growth? Because in our country, let's say people were demanded goods 500. In our country, the demand of goods and services 500. So we used to produce the goods and services equal to that. Okay, why we will produce 700 or 800 or 1000 when only the demand is 500? So when the demand is 500, we try to produce 500. But when you start doing export and import, so you have to count the demand of the rest of the world also. Let's say from the rest of the world, the demand of goods and services is 1000. So what you have started doing, you started producing 1500 products, which you used to produce only 500. Now what happened? The production increased, the GDP increase, and definitely your economic growth will increase. That's how the globalization has helped the country to increase the economic growth. And whenever you are trading in foreign currency, and it gave us the option to make a sufficient Forex reserve also. Clear? So this is the meaning of the last statement, this statement. Clear? Now let's move forward and talk about liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So you can see this is the overview of liberalization, privatization, globalization. When you see liberalization, you can see there is a stamp, there is a license, and they have cut it. It means liberalization means the license Raj, permit Raj, quota Raj became the thing of a past. This became a thing of a past. It means it used to be there in the economy, but not anymore after introduction of LPG or liberalization. So liberalization has removed the license Raj, permit Raj, quota Raj from our country, and it made it a thing of a past that used to happen in our country, but not anymore. So what used to happen in our country before liberalization, there were so many restrictions in the country. So many restrictions you have to follow to start a business, to do the selling and purchasing of goods and services. To take license to start your industry, to take license for the industry location, it became very hard before liberalization. But in liberalization, we have said we have to give liberty to the people to start their business in the country. So we removed the license Raj, the permit Raj, the quota Raj, and that's how the restrictions has been removed in the liberalization. Clear? If I talk about privatization, you can see here the privatization is simply means what you are doing. You are making it possible that the government is working in the country, but with the government, the private sector will also work. This is what we are trying to do in the economy, that the government is working, but also with the government, the private sector is also working. The private hospitals are there, private companies are there, corporates are there, etc. When it comes to the globalization, you can see we are talking about the globe. It means you make your economy open, you started doing export import, you link your economy with the world economy. That is known as globalization. So liberalization has made it easy with the removal of the restrictions and all. The privatization means we allowed the private sector to work in the country. Globalization means making it possible for the country to trade with the other countries and to make Indian economy open. So let's start with the liberalization, and you can see the definition of liberalization written here. It is a very broad term that usually refers to fewer government regulations and restrictions in the economy. So when the government has very less restrictions and we can say regulations in the economy, that will be known as your liberalization. So it refers to simple the relaxation. It refers to the relaxations given by government to the people to start their business, to work in country. That is known as liberalization. Okay, so when government liberalize the trade, it means that the government has removed the tariffs, the subsidies, the taxes, the restrictions from the business. That is known as liberalization, right? Now, next, if I talk about the privatization, what is privatization? It means transfer of ownership and management of an enterprise from public sector to private. Public sector means it used to be of government, and you have shifted it to the private sector. You have given that to the private company, the management and the ownership of a company. Okay, so it also means we can say that the withdrawal of the state from an industry or sector is known as privatization. State means government. When government withdraw its shareholding from the sector, from the particular company, that is known as your privatization. Okay, so what we can say that the monopoly which used to be there for the government of India or the government has been removed, and we have started doing privatization. We have allowed the private companies to work with the government in the economy, and that helps us to make what? It helps us to make the economy more flexible for the people to work, and it give more competition in the market. It bring more competition in the market, that started providing the quality product and services to the customer. So it is beneficial for us, right? Now, if I talk about the globalization, it implies integration of economy of the country with the rest of the world economy and opening upon the economy for foreign direct investment by creating favorable socio-economic and political climate for the global business. So globalization simply means you are opening up your economy, you are allowing the businesses to work in the country from the abroad, and you are allowing the Indian businesses to go abroad. So this is what we are talking about. It allows the MNCs to come in India. It allows the companies to invest their money in India and vice versa. Okay. So globalization simply means opening of the economy, expanding business throughout the world. When you expand your business throughout the world, that is the globalization. Because what you have done, you open up your economy. So when you expand the business throughout the world, that is your globalization. It removes the difference between domestic market and foreign market, because whatever available in foreign market, you can also purchase it. It can be possible that you can purchase that product and you can make it available in the domestic market. So the difference between domestic market and foreign market will be erased from here. Okay, it helps us to buying and selling the goods from India to abroad and abroad to India also. This is the globalization. So I hope LPG policy is clear to you. Let me know, is everything clear? What is LPG? Why it has been introduced? What does a liberalization, privatization, and globalization means? Let me know. Is it clear to each and every of you? Let me know in the chat section. If you still there is any doubt, do let me know. I will explain that doubt. So the sessions I will be taking for all of you on the YouTube are 2 sessions in the morning. At 7 a.m. I came up with the principles and practices of banking. At 8 a.m. I came up with the Indian economy and Indian financial system. Do not forget to join these 2 sessions. That will be very helpful. So your batch is going to start from 16th of December. You can say the target batch is here in front of you. The both bilingual and English medium batches are available. Combination batches are available. And this is going to start from 16th of December, but you don't have to wait till 16th of December. You can join these 2 batches. We will be covering these 2 subjects, and other 2 subjects of your JAIBs also be covered in the morning in the English medium sessions. Okay, so you can cover all these sessions online. Okay, and right now 81% off is going on in particular batch of your new target batch of JAIB. So you can use the code Y496 and you will get here 81% discount on the target batch. Liberalization means making rules, regulation a thing of a past. Like for example, government used to make a restriction that only license will be given 1 or 2 industries, let's say. Or in the country, it used to happen when you are doing corruption, you are making people to take your money, hana, for the sake of the allowing you to give the license of the industry. That used to be there in the country. There are a lot of corruptions. There are a lot of restrictions that this conditions or rules you have to follow. Then you will be getting the license of your industry. And once you get the license of an industry, they will run the permit. They will give a restriction of the permit and quota. Like they have said, yes, you can produce goods and services, but only 1,000, not more than 1,000 you can produce. So there were so many conditions, there were so many restrictions, because of which Indian people were not able to start their business. If we talk about our big industrialists, they have said in the 2011 and 2013 that India is not a kind of country where we can start business very easily, because there are a lot of taxes. When you are earning money, you have to pay income tax. You are purchasing any goods and services, you have to pay VAT. Excise duty was there, custom duty was there. Apart from that, the other taxes was also there. So the tax system of our country was very complex, and multiple taxes has been imposed. Subsidies were very less, tariffs are very much, and the higher tariffs was there, and restriction on the license, on the permit and the quota was there. And to remove all these things, known as liberalization. So the license Raj, permit Raj and quota Raj has been removed from the country, and that is the liberalization. Clear, Tanu? Forex reserve means reserve of foreign currency. Forex means foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange? See, very basic things these are. If I talk about Forex reserve, there are 3 things. First is foreign exchange. Then we have exchange rate. Then we have foreign exchange reserve. That is also known as Forex reserve. Okay, it is also known as Forex reserve. Now, what is foreign exchange? Foreign exchange means exchange of currency. When you convert dollar into rupee, or when you convert rupee into dollar, that is the foreign exchange. Conversion of currencies is known as foreign exchange. Okay. Exchange rate means the rate at which you are buying the currency. Let's say $1 is equals to 80 rupees. That is the exchange rate. The rate at which you have exchanged your currency is known as exchange rate. And after exchanging the currency, you have converted 80 rupees into $1. Then you are maintaining reserve out of that. So when you are maintaining reserve of dollar, euro, yen, pound, peso, and maybe any foreign currency. So maintaining that reserve or maintaining that currencies are known as foreign exchange reserve. That will be managed by Reserve Bank of India. So the foreign exchange reserve of our country is managed by Reserve Bank of India, and the Forex reserve means simply you are managing the currency, you are reserving the foreign currency in India. Clear, Arun? This is the Forex reserve. Let me know. Is it clear? So foreign exchange means exchange of currency. Exchange rate means at the rate at which you are exchanging the currency. Or Forex reserve means whatever currency came to India after exchanging the currency, that you are maintaining reserves of. Okay, so this is what we have discussed. This is your batch, and apart from that, I can say that the right choice to enroll can be your double validity with the 81% off. That is the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, because right now double validity 81% off is going off you 2 years validity for the JAIIB and CAIIB if you use the code Y496. Now to how to enroll in the target batch and the Mahapack. The difference between target batch and Mahapack is that, first of all, in target batch, you will be getting the conceptual classes. Okay, in target batch, you will be getting the conceptual classes. In Mahapack, you will be getting conceptual classes, revision classes, MCQ classes, case study classes. Test series will be available. E-books will be available. Everything which is required to cover your JAIIB as well as CAIIB will be there. That is the JAIIB, CAIIB, Mahapack. To enroll, you have to go to the JAIIB, CAIIB section. If you want to enroll in the individual batch, you can click here. If you want to go with the Mahapack, you can click here. Let's say you want to click, to go with the target batch. When you go to the target batch, this is how you can do it. This is the English medium batch starting from 16 December. Click here. You have to enter a code that is Y496 and click on the enter. You will find here 80% discount is going on, and here but 1% additional discount will be available if you purchase this from the application. 1% additional discount will be available for all of you. Okay, now how to purchase? This is how you have to go, and now you can see 80% of it showing. 1% will be available in the coins. 8 months validity is there. Around 3,800 you have to pay for the individual batch. That will be available for 8 months and it will cover only 4 subjects and conceptual classes. Okay, and to enroll, you can use the code Y496 and offer is valid till 12 PM only. After that, the 81% off will be removed and 78% offer will be there. Okay, now, but if I talk about the Mahapack, the most, or I can say cost effective, or I can say better investment of your money can be your JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapack, because it will be for 2 years validity. It will cover new syllabus as well as old syllabus. It will cover JAIIB as well as CAIIB. Compulsory papers, selective papers, everything will be there. What you have to do, just go on the buy now. Click on the buy now. Again, enter a coupon code that is Y496. Click on the apply. When you apply, you can see again it is showing 80% off because 1% off will be available from the application. So here you will be getting 80 plus 1% discount and 12 plus 12 month validity is mean 2 years validity. You will be easily qualifying your JAIIB as well as CAIIB after enrolling in the Mahapack. Okay, so you have to pay only around 10,600 or 500 amount to get this 2 years validity. So if you compare the target batch, that you have to pay around 3,800, here you have to pay around 10,600 or 500, whatever the amount will be there after deduction. So you will see there is 8 months validity, here 2 years validity. That is covering only one batch from the JAIIB section, but it will be covering all the JAIIB batches, all the CAIIB batches, bilingual, English medium, all test series, all e-books, the conceptual classes, live, the test series, e-books, and then the case study batches, the revision batches. Apart from that, the MCQ batches, everything will be covered here. So best investment of your money can be your JAIIB and CAIIB Mahapack, because right now till 12 PM this offer is valid. So at this particular offer you can enroll in the Mahapack. Okay, and the code to enroll in any of the product, you can use the code Y496. This is the code. Clear? If you only want to go with the JAIIB ka Mahapack, that is also available. 1 year validity will be available in the JAIIB Mahapack only. That will be covering all the classes regarding the JAIIB. For that, what you have to do, just click on the JAIIB Mahapack. This is covering JAIIB, CAIIB both. This is the JAIIB ka Mahapack. So here you will be covering the current and old syllabus for the JAIIB 2023, but it will be covering 1 year validity only for JAIIB. Okay, so right choice for you can be your JAIIB, CAIIB Mahapack, because 2 years validity is there. Until you qualify the CAIIB, nothing investment have to do again. You don't have to do again investment. Okay, so this is the offer for you. Let's end the session here. Thank you for joining the session. I hope LPG has been clear to you. In the next session, we will be meeting with the new topic for the JAIIB. Okay, so thank you for joining the session. If you are new to the channel of Officers are 24/7, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. So thank you for joining the session and have a very great day. Thank you.